Alright everyone, so I've done a couple of the custom big jumbo choros now. And this is the last one I intend to get. It's the blue R34 Skyline. So this jumbo choro came out in 2004. The only other casting they had was a classic Volkswagen Beetle, which I don't really care for. This is made polyethylene and PE. Well, anyways, I think that's soda bottle plastic. So this is actually made of very durable stuff. I think it's used being broken like that. I actually ordered this before, but the local government customs wanted a bunch of money, and I just decided I would spite them and took the loss and abandoned the package. So some kid that has a customs parent is probably playing with their jumbo choro. So clearly this is used because the thing wasn't even tied down. Hopefully it's not too scratched up. Well, no, see, it is scratched there, but that could have been from the factory, because I did buy one that was totally new, the police one, and it just had a big chunk of silver missing out of the headlight. It was brand new. You can watch the review of that. All in all, it looks okay. This thing is clearly jumbo. It's really weird to even have the pick. It's got super slab-sided wheels, and the stance is actually impressively tight for a toy. But it is a pullback, so it will take off and go. And then it's got the printing of what it is, which is nice to know, and then also even tells you on this lame sticker back here. So the exhausts here in this area, they're painted black. Interesting. It's got just red for the tail lights. This is a coin holder, by the way, but who has a coin that big unless they win Olympic medals? But it's meant to have weight, so it'll do a wheelie. That's how normal choros are designed. But, okay. Some black paint up on the wing looks good. It's just a blacked out canopy. It actually has a hint of like purple to it, or brown. It's not black, because this is black, but this has a different color to it. It's interesting. Yeah, so just silver headlights. It's got an R, but not a GTR. Grille texture, different grille texture here. Just black paint here, and nothing for the turn signals. These are just flat black here. This looks like it's a separate piece. And then little door handle details there. This side has the fuel filler door. 5-spoke standard design of ChoroQs. I guess that's it. And there's a interesting, nice metallic blue. I wouldn't doubt it's the actual blue the R34s came with, because it's a licensed product, I believe. It's a shame that there's a little dent there. And then it's got this little button, as you can see here, so you can push up the engine bay and look at nothing. So it's really strange. Okay, but it is telling me that they shot this thing with silver paint first, and then shot a blue over it. So it could be silver paint in a blue clear coat. Yeah, interesting. Alright, well I'm going to do a modification, because if I've done the police version, I know the 118 scale Motorhelix engine will fit in here, so we'll have to come back.
about it right now, everything's okay. No matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, everything's actually all right. You're okay. You have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for. And if you have something that's going on in your life right now that's challenging, painful, it's just a reminder to take a little bit better care of yourself. It's worth it. You can have this feeling anytime you choose.
Alright, so we're finished. If you didn't watch the build video, I'll discuss everything. So I designed and 3D printed my own Volk raised TE37s here, and some cross-drilled brakes back there as well. I 3D printed my own brake lights and my own LSMC license plate. Some crazy goo residue apparently. Hold on here. That vapor. Oh, that. Yeah. There we go. Then we have an exhaust system, and that little dimple is an air pocket from my VAT resin printer. Nothing you can do about that unless you print it again. And for some reason, when I clamped it down, it ended up crooked. I clipped off the two exhaust pipes and should have aligned better, but it didn't. Oh well. And then these are some, boy, who makes these again? I had to go back and look up what these were. They're called Rotiform CCV wheels. I designed them 2 months ago, so that's why I forgot. Yeah, I don't even need brake systems with spoke openings that small. They remind me of like DTM wheels, you know, old 70s disc wheels. Okay, so that's what's going on there. I have some turn signals in there, some grills, and then that proper grill that says GTR instead of just that R thing. And then I have my 1/18 scale Motorhelix RB26DETT dual camshaft twin turbo engine. I think that's what the DETT means. And it's kind of hard to see here. Yeah, so I have some big giant K&N filters. That red hose is actually an electrical cable, and those are crazy glued on. I did the best I could color matching the shock struts there. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for me. And some sort of aftermarket strut brace, the brake system there, and then battery and the coolant tank. And if you do this, I don't think you actually need to break off the radiator fan like I did. You just gotta cut basically the whole rear transmission off, and then you should be able to fit it in. But I didn't think I could do it, so I broke off the radiator fan. It just broke into a million pieces. Eventually got it back on there, but you can just probably skip that step entirely and just cut off more of the rear end. Alright, so then it's just school glue holding down the engine, because I didn't want to mess up with crazy glue. Okay, so that's it. So size wise, here are two normal size ChoroQ R34s. This is the most similar one. It says real gimmick because it has an opening hood, I think. Or can I even open it? Hold on. Gotta get some poster putty. That hood doesn't really even want to open right. One nice thing about this one, I mean, it actually has a molded engine. It's not a sticker like a lot of other ChoroQs have. So, yeah, it's on par with M2 machines. Anyways, that's the gimmick. What I like about this one is it actually has mirrors. Granted, they're transparent, but and then nicely painted taillights and dual exhaust there. All right, these are aftermarket wheels. This is from the Fast and Furious ChoroQ line, and it does actually say GTR there. It's a newer mold. In fact, this one came out in 2023, March 2023 is when this was molded. This one came out somewhere in 2001, A Space Odyssey. So, I gotta say though, this actually looks better. The taillights are proportionally better. That does have the single aftermarket like exhaust tip though. These are 3D printed wheels as well. No opening hood on this, which is fine by me. It has a different aftermarket hood entirely. Alright, so yeah, a jumbo ChoroQ is no joke. It is quite jumbo. So now here's the police version. The police version, I have smaller intakes, and it has all the some additional police lights. It's just smaller intakes, and they're in a different location. And I didn't know at the time, but I chewed away all the plastic there, thinking the engine wouldn't fit. In this one, I did break off the radiator fan to get it to fit, so that's why I did the same on the later one. This is a stock style strut brace. There's a video on this, of course. And that's running the stock kind of wheels. And then my first jumbo mod was the Hakasuka, which is my favorite Skyline. Boy, these things are so big. I really back off the camera. But now the lighting's really out of whack because I'm so far away. I forget what these wheels were called as well. I can't remember everything. These are Watanabe F8s, I know that. Just put in some screws, some titanium colored accents by accident, but it works for me. This one has a proper GTR here. And this doesn't even have the button for the hood, so it just has your finger, a little recess for your fingernail. Does it? Yeah, no, there's no button. I'm pretty sure I put an engine in this. But why is this not opening? This is crazy. Must be just a catch. I haven't seen this model in ages. I'm now realizing, just looking at the bottom, this is a front opening hood. So, boy, that's really hard though. How would you open this? Like, how's a kid gonna open this hood? Never mind an adult. I just pushed that lever and it didn't work. But I almost feel like they should have maybe a post right here saying push me or something. Alright, so this is a 3D printed engine I designed myself. And there's a battery. I didn't put a coolant tank in there though. Yeah, well, it's good enough for me. I do have a radiator though. Okay, so the side carbs and all that stuff. Naturally a modified engine. Alright, well, this video is on these other ones as well. I don't have a bigger photo booth, workstation here, you can now start seeing all my tools and stuff. Alright, so jumbo. Very, very, very jumbo. Well, I'm really thankful that there aren't other jumbo ChoroQs other than that classic Beetle, which I don't like, because I don't have room for these things. I really don't. I mean, in the space of this one model, I could probably have 50 regular-sized ChoroQs, you know, if I stacked them up. So I'm just grateful that I only have 3 in my collection, and that's it. So they're not for sale unless you want to pay like $500 for one of these things, because, you know, it takes a lot of time to make these things. I had to design these parts and then print them and paint them. So this is a one-of-a-kind thing, and that's why I made it to my satisfaction. Thank you for watching today, and we'll resume back to normal-sized ChoroQs later on.